Let's clear this up once and for all. Healing is not about fixing every part of yourself. It is about choosing to lead from the truest part of who you are. Hey, beautiful human, it's me, Rebecca Wiener McGregor, and welcome to another episode of Effective Immediately, the show where we talk healthy emotions, abundance, leadership, and the subconscious shifts that change your life effective immediately. All right, today we are talking about something that brilliant, high-level women often deal with, and that is the belief that they have to be fully healed. In fact, they begin to chase healing, where things have to be perfectly regulated, emotionally neutral at all times, and feeling like every limiting belief or thought has to be cleared out before they can lead effectively. And this is simply not true. In fact, if you've been in this situation, if you've ever felt this, then you have been chasing. You've been in that chasing energy that we've talked about before, where you are running toward, trying to fight toward the feeling that you want to feel rather than being open to receiving it. Okay, so this belief carries us into living on the sidelines of our own lives, right? Not fully engaging, hesitating, over-preparing, subtly doubting our own readiness, not really stepping into our next levels because things aren't perfect. It is a wave of perfectionism that comes in, right? Okay, so let's shift that today. Let's talk about what this will be like to shift it and what it will be like, how it will feel after the shifting has taken place. Okay, so remember, always with curiosity and never with judgment. Try not to judge yourself, okay? Or if you do judge yourself for a moment, let it lead to something really positive. You do not have to be 100% fully healed and perfect to lead powerfully. It is simply a lie. It is a lie that we've told ourselves that our audience deserves us being perfect, our families deserve us being perfect, our clients deserve us being perfect, when this is impossible. It is impossible to lead from a place of perfection because it is impossible to be perfect. I know we've talked about this lie of perfectionism before. It's in a previous episode if you want to go listen to it again. You don't have to have it all figured out. In fact, the more that you do, the more action that you take without having it all figured out, the better you'll do, the more you'll receive. I know it sounds crazy, right? Like, if I'm going to just go out there and trust myself and take action and do these things and just see what happens, that is operating off of faith. And it's meeting God in the universe in the middle, right? It's not asking for you to be 100% perfect and then deliver everything that you want on a silver platter. It is you taking action, desiring moving toward your desire, and trusting that you are doing it imperfectly. All right. So you don't need to be at 100% capacity every day. You don't need to give of yourself until you're completely exhausted every day. You get to lead from your presence and your awareness. That's what you do need, where you are in the present moment. You're not fighting your mind, thinking about something from the past. You're not fighting your mind, checking and rechecking to make sure that you are safe. You're not fighting your mind thinking, oh my gosh, what does this have to do with me? What does this have to do with my vision? Can I do it? Will it be okay? Where you're not fighting your mind at all. You are letting yourself be in the present moment, being here energetically, being here physically and mentally, where you are focusing on this moment and leading from here. Yeah, take a breath. This big piece of presence is self-awareness, right? Where you are connecting, looking, checking in with your body, noticing what your thoughts are, and allowing yourself to be okay in this present moment so you can be fully present with whatever it is that you're doing. Because often, if we are not allowing ourselves to be fully present, we go to work and have guilt about not being fully present with our family or our loved ones when we were with them last, or worrying about when we're going to see them next. And then when we're with our loved ones, we're thinking about work, or thinking about something that we have to do, or tasks that need to be done, or we are thinking about how imperfect we are. So we're not fully present because our awareness is all over the place. Willingness to show up and be present and be honest is a powerful part of your leadership, where you do it imperfectly, and that's okay. You're not striving for perfection. You're not really striving at all. You're putting in effort, you're being focused, but you're not chasing, you're not striving, you're not pushing, you're not fighting. You're allowing yourself to be, period. To be in the present, to be focused, to listen, to engage, and to be in the present moment. What comes up for you with that? What comes up inside? Is it like judgment against yourself that you don't do that often enough? Is it, I've got this? Is it, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was the way I could do it? Just notice with curiosity, right? Not judgment, but with curiosity. Real leadership includes emotion. You're allowed to have emotions. You don't need to be neutral, and you don't need crazy highs and crazy lows, right? You get to be in the middle where it feels healthy and you feel empowered. Real leadership includes mistakes. Ooh, I know that's really crazy, right? To hear that real leadership includes mistakes and that you can actually make mistakes. And the leadership is in how you fix them, how you manage the mistakes, how you manage the errors, how you manage missteps, how you allow yourself to be resilient, come back and fix the situation, remedy the situation, whatever needs to be done, how you are honest and not in blame, how you allow yourself to be human. I know I've said this before, but sometimes it's funny when I'm on sessions and something isn't working or I make a mistake of some kind. Someone says, oh my gosh, you actually make mistakes? It makes me feel better to know that you're human. Yeah, I make mistakes. My gosh, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody lives in the imperfect. And the people around you get to see that too. They get to see your humanness. And guess what happens then? You are not fighting to be perfect all the time. You're not using this energy that you can use to create, to lead, to drive, to create powerful solutions for yourself by trying to hold it all together to look perfect or be perfect. It's a losing game. So this is also what your clients need from you, your team needs from you, your audience. This is what they truly need from you, your truth, your grounded energy, where you are in this present moment. They need your presence. Not where you're fighting judgment against yourself or judgment against other people. Not where you're fighting your mind or fighting your body, but you are fully engaged and fully present. Now, this is really important because if you are fighting judgment against yourself, that is impacting the way that you're speaking to your audience. It's impacting the way that you're speaking to your clients. it's impacting the energy that you put out, and that ripple is impacting everyone around you. It's true. And these people around you, your team, your audience, your clients, they need to see the real you. They need to be in your authenticity rather than this part of you that needs to be unbreakable, not unbreakable, right? This part of you that pretends to be unbreakable is not what's needed. It's the kind that is rooted and human and deeply aligned. So if you've been holding back part of yourself, feeling like you're not healed enough, or you just haven't figured this all yet, but you're not quite perfect yet, you still have spikes of emotions, you still have trauma that you haven't resolved, you still have pain that you haven't resolved. You have to be perfect in order to lead your audience, lead your clients, lead your family. This is your moment where you can give yourself permission to drop that story. Yeah, just give yourself permission to drop the story and believe a whole new thing. You don't need to be the finished product. You need to be aligned with your next level. Not all the way to your finish line before you can be fully yourself. Let me say that again. You don't need to be all the way to your finish line to be fully authentic, fully present, fully yourself. One of the most powerful signs of emotional maturity and leadership is that you notice when you are activated, you recognize your patterns, and you don't let them run you on autopilot. This is huge. This is so powerful as a leader, as a healer, as a coach, as someone who has people around them, and you are modeling for them. You get to be aware of yourself. You get to be aware of what happens in certain situations. You get to be aware of the ways that you have been. And you get to notice the beliefs that they're based on, those actions and feelings are based on. You get to start believing new things. You get to start operating in new ways. When you do that, this is a sign that your healing is already working, that you're cultivating that self-awareness. And you know when something feels off, and you have the capacity to respond rather than to react. You might still get activated. You might still feel hints of old patterns rising up. But the difference is you have the ability to see it, to name it, and shift it. And that's exactly what we do inside Elevated Leader. So your emotional responses no longer sabotage your power. They strengthen it. Your awareness is your leadership. Your clarity is your leadership. Your choosing to shift is your leadership. And you don't need to be immune to fear or doubt in order to lead, to take your next step, to move to your next level. In fact, when you notice a fear, when you notice a doubt, when you notice that you've been brought to one of your limits, you can use that awareness to make the shift, to make your next shift, to notice, okay, there's a program running here. There's a story that I'm telling myself. And you get to use your tools, heal that story, heal that doubt, heal that experience, and let yourself move beyond it. This is the way leaders lead, in imperfection. We have experiences, we take action, we experience a doubt or a fear. We notice, okay, this is a limit. There's a story here. There's something standing here. And now that I found this limit, I have the understanding, I have the knowledge that I can heal that limit and move further. The things that you discover about yourself when you take action from imperfection are your map. They are your compass. They lead you to your next level of growth. They are gifts. They are the breadcrumbs on this journey, leading you to your next level. So if you have been feeling all sorts of wound up or activated, you get to recognize this is a gift. And once you take the step to heal what needs to be healed here, work through this level, a whole new level, a whole new set of your vision is going to arrive for you to expand into. You might feel, oh my gosh, this understanding, this noticing that I am in a contraction right now is not my favorite because I only want to be in expansion. Contraction is just as important as the expansion. You recognizing a limit, coming back to yourself, gathering your energy, gathering what needs to be done or healed or shifted, gives you the energy for your next expansion, gives you the tools for your next expansion, gives you the wisdom for your next expansion. So imagine if you were just so perfect and you were leading from that place, how many things that you wouldn't get to learn, how many moments that you wouldn't get to feel that feeling of new understanding, new awareness, new appreciation for yourself. I know often a lot of times contraction and expansion come with difficulty, but it is in the difficulty and how you handle the difficulty, how you train yourself, how you love yourself to move through difficulty, that you create greater resilience and you learn more about yourself. You connect to yourself on a deeper level. And that is where you get to be authentic with yourself. And that's the ripple that you send out to your clients, your community, your family, your loved ones. That is a powerful, powerful leadership ripple. Okay, so what becomes available to you when you stop chasing healing, you start claiming your power, you get to feel that activated feeling, that present feeling, that, and I mean a powerful that empowered activation, okay? Not the triggered activation. When you start taking action from this place, trusting that you are exactly who you need to be right now to be taking action. You get to be imperfect and take action. That you get to be a work in progress and take action. That you get to claim your power that you already have right now and the wisdom that you have right now and take action. Notice the energy that comes back because you're not constantly trying to fix yourself. Notice how maybe that message that you've been sending to your subconscious mind that you're not good enough yet has dissolved. And you shift into, this is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. This is who I get to turn into. This is who I get to be. And I get to love her right now. I get to acknowledge her right now. I get to take action right now. I get to lead right now. I get to choose right now. No more waiting. No more hiding. No more sidelining yourself. But letting yourself be fully present for yourself. Letting yourself lead from all the wisdom that you have, all the gifts that you have, that you've been wanting to put out there into the world. And letting it be imperfect. You still work on yourself. You can still choose your healing. You can still grow and change and find more wisdom. But your subconscious mind gets permission right now to rise into the identity that you're actually calling in. It gets to recognize that your nervous system gets to calm down. You get to allow your magnetism to expand, because you're not waiting for yourself to be perfect before you let your message out. You're leading from an authentic place. And maybe you've been letting your message out, but there's more that you want to let out. Like there's some deeper stuff that you have learned, deeper wisdom that you've gained that you're ready to impart, but you feel like you have to be perfect in order to let that part out. Your work, your gifts, it's all growing, right? It's all changing. It's all evolving. And when you let yourself take action from that place, trusting that the people, the community, your clients, your audience, your family, everyone, including you, will benefit from you taking action now, leading now, being present now, letting yourself be who you are right now, instead of waiting until this mystical, magical, I meant mythical, this mythical place of perfection finally arrives. I say this without putting any obligation on you. Your message is powerful now. Your wisdom is powerful now. It doesn't require you to be perfect. It doesn't require you to be anything other than who you are right now. Even though I know there are things you want to grow, there are places you want to grow, there are things that you want to clear up, there's trauma that you want to heal, there are ways of being that you want to change. You are the perfect leader to share your wisdom right now. Notice how when you allow that, your body shifts. When you let that sink in, your body shifts. This is where more clients, more ideas, more clarity, more aligned decisions start to flow. Notice how that holding place where you were holding that idea about perfection shifted. Maybe this ruffled your feathers just a little bit, and that's okay too. This is where the shift happens from force to overflow, from pressure to power, from emotional labor to magnetic leadership. And it's so much closer than you think. If this is connecting with you and you know that there are things that you want to say, I want you to say them. And if there is part of you that hasn't quite found your message, hasn't quite been able to pull things out because your nervous system is activated, this is a conversation that we can have about healing that. But I want you to know that you are perfect for delivering your message right now. The wild depth that you've created, the new things that you're ready to share them now. Don't wait. And if this resonates and you want to try, you want to stop the pushing, stop the chasing, and you want to be open to receiving, and you haven't found a way to get there on your own, that's a conversation that we can have. But let's take a pause. Okay, let's take a pause right now. And I want you just to breathe. A nice inhale and a nice long exhale. Remembering that the power of the deep breath is on the exhale. And let's just speak this into your nervous system, okay? I lead from alignment, not perfection. 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 Notice how that shifts in your body. Notice what's possible for you here. When you lead from who you are, what is aligned for you, what is authentic for you, you are going to magnetize clients to you. You're going to amplify the frequency of your message. You're going to expand your confidence in your message. Don't keep it to yourself. Let the weird stuff out too. The things that you're like, oh, I don't know. It's just too weird. I don't know if I can let this part out. That's what needs to come out. And if you want a partner to help you feel the very best that you can as you grow into this new level of leadership, then you can reach out for a conversation at callwithrebecca.com. Okay, keep reminding yourself you lead from alignment, not perfection. You are perfect, whole, and complete just as you are. Take really good care of yourself this week, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.